CIVE 305. This is Dr. Nicole Ellison, and I am going to be talking about plans, sections, and elevation views in this video. And I'm going to start with an apple. So you have an apple here. I'm showing you. We're going to start right here with this photo of an apple. And I want to recreate that apple. So I really need to understand everything there is to know about that apple. So I might start with taking some section cuts so that I can really get an idea of that apple. And so I'm going to do a couple different section cuts. So I'm going to take my knife and I'm going to make this section cut 1, and I'm going to look down on it. So this is section cut 1. So this might be similar to a plan view, right? So I'm not going to see this piece up here. I'm just looking straight down on it. Oops. I've made a cut right through the middle. And so if I draw this, sometimes it's helpful to draw what you're drawing on a piece of paper before you get into CAD. But if I say, okay, I want to create this apple, and let's pretend it really isn't round, right? My plan view might show me, okay, this apple is, I don't know, 3 inches, 3.5 inches, and I've got some seeds in the middle, and those seeds are located wherever they're located at maybe 2 inches and 1.5 inches. And I can give you a lot of information about this. So I can say, here's your seeds, and here's your middle. And maybe here, this piece right here is your skin. So here's my plan view. So this is at the base. And if I wanted to do another plan, perhaps a roof plan, maybe what I would see is in this one, here I'm going to see the stem. So now I'm looking at the stem right here. And it might have the same dimensions, but maybe here I could say, hey, this has a 2-inch stem that is, I don't know, 1/4 of an inch thick, and so forth. And so instead of showing foundation plan and the roof plan on the same one, I might choose to do a section here and then maybe do a roof plan that is just above it. Now, if I take a section this way, call this 3, then this is what it might look like. And if I were drawing that in CAD, that might kind of have this little heart shape. And here I can see the seeds, and I can see the stem, and I can do some dimensions. So maybe here in this section, you're seeing that this apple is 4 inches tall, and the seeds are located maybe halfway down, 2 inches down, and the stem is going to stick up another, I don't know, 2 inches, whatever it is. So we can define this. Now, we could also draw an elevation view. So let me go back to my apple over here. So if I were to draw an elevation view outside here, and here I'm going to draw an elevation. Here, and let's label that elevation view 4. So now we're going to look at the apple basically this side. And so if I were to draw that elevation, so this is our elevation view, number 4. So here I have my apple. There's the stem, there's the bottom, and this is, I think we said it was 4 inches tall. But from this view, looking this way, I might not see this leaf. So if I wanted to see that leaf, then maybe I would need to look at an elevation view looking straight at it this way. So I could draw 4 elevations, even more if I wanted. So maybe if I wanted to do, maybe this is a side elevation, and maybe I want to show a front elevation because I really want to see that that leaf. And so here I can say, okay, this is that leaf, and this is the stem, or maybe the stem is here. This is the leaf. And so there's the leaf, there's the stem. Here it is 4 inches tall, and maybe in this view, let's see how it's 3 inches wide. And then in this view here, when I'm looking at that elevation looking this way, here, go back to these sections of these elevations here. So this elevation here is my elevation 4. And this elevation here is the one that I just drew. So that's my elevation 5. And so if I go back to this elevation 4, this dimension right here is going to be that 3.5 inches here. Okay, so I'm going to pause there on the apple, and then in the next video, I'm going to come back and I am going to cut a section through our foundation. I'm going to cut a foundation section, which is going to be down here. So this is where I'm going to define my foundation plan. I'm also going to make another cut up here. This is going to be our roof plan. And then I'm also going to draw a section through it like this. So essentially, this will be my section. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to define all these elements in 2D using a roof plan, a foundation plan, and a section